let's begin. Go ahead and get centered. Sitting comfortably. You can slide to the back of your chair if you'd like to and relax. We're just gonna take some breaths together and relax for a second. Feel your feet on the ground, your seat in the chair, your hands resting in your lap, your arms resting against the sides of your body, your shoulders relaxing away from your ears. Allow there to be a softness to your jaw, a softness to your eyes, no clenching, no tensing. And bring your awareness to your breath. And there's several ways to be aware of the breath. Maybe you're aware of the sensation in the nostrils. There may be a similar sensation at the back of the throat. There's also the movement of your body, the lungs filling, the body expanding, the lungs emptying, the body contracting. Just notice your breath. Whichever focal point latches onto you the easiest here. Now, as you try to focus on the breath, you might start to notice your mind getting pulled away toward distractions. Maybe there's something you're trying to figure out. Maybe you just dissociate altogether. That's okay. Just bring your awareness back to the breath. Because when we focus on the breath, we are bringing ourselves to the present moment. This inhale, this exhale, and with that, no other moment has to exist. Just this breath, just this moment, here and right now. We'll just take a few more breaths, grounding us in the present moment. All right, so go ahead and take a deeper, fuller breath. And slowly allow your eyes to open, bringing yourself back to your space. Welcome back. And go ahead and slide to the edge of your chair, the edge of your seat. There's so much suspense going on. I'll never not tell that joke, by the way. So you're going to have your knees about hip distance apart and your heels stacking directly underneath your knees. It just creates a very stable seat for you. So we can move the arms around and stuff and not fall over, ideally. So on the edge of your chair, relax your arms down by your side. Feel the shoulders relax down. Find your breath. And we'll begin to move with your breath. So with your next inhale, sweep your arms out to the side, reach them overhead, extending through the sides of the body. With your exhale, just release the arms back down. Good, let's do that again. Inhale, reach through the fingertips out to the side and then up. And then exhale, release down. Good, creating some movement in the shoulders. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. And just keep going, a few more rounds, all right? Creating movement in the shoulders. We're also creating some stretching in the pectoral muscles, the front of the chest, shoulder blades and upper back. There's some extension in the sides of the body, and you might even feel a little bit of a stretch or pulling all the way down towards your lower back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, release down. We're going to add on to this now. So inhale, lift your arms overhead. With your exhale, hinge at your hips and fold forward, sweeping your arms down. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side. Lift with your back, come all the way back up, reach up. And then exhale, fold forward once again. Good. Again, inhale, reach the arms out to the side, coming all the way up. And exhale, fold forward. We're going to do this a few more times. Inhale, lift. Nice strong back here. Exhale, fold. Just getting the lower back, the shoulders, the entire spine really nice and warmed up here today. The back can get so tight. Let's do 2 more, all right? Good, inhale, reach all the way up. And then stay at a tall spine, and exhale, just release your arms down now. Feel sensation after you stop doing that. It's kind of energizing movement, so you might feel your heart moving a bit faster, beating. You might feel a bit more awake. It's likely you're very aware of your shoulders and your arms. Just noticing sensation. Good, and then we'll move along with our next exercise. You can keep facing forward. I'm gonna turn sideways. So your hips, your feet are still, feet and knees still hip width apart. And we're doing some spinal flexes. So have your hands just resting on your thighs. Then go ahead and shrug your shoulders up towards your ears. Take the shoulder blades together and look up with the chest. Inhale. Exhale, round the shoulders forward and look down. And then inhale, open back up again. Heart looking up. And then exhale, heart looking down. Let's keep moving. And as you keep moving, inhale, opening up, exhale, rounding. Try to keep the majority, if not all of the movement isolated to the upper back. So the lower back just kind of stays steady. It stays still, stays tall. We're just getting some really good movement in the shoulders, the upper back, the chest, the neck. Inhale, opening, exhale, rounding. Noticing as you continue to move where there's tension. If we keep moving, we start to move that tension out. Let's do just a few more. Good. Now, so with your next inhale, open the chest, work the shoulder blades together, and stay. Breathe normally. Nice open heart here. One more breath. And then to come out of it, shrug your shoulders up to help the head back to center. And then just release the shoulders down, nice tall spine. And again, feel sensation. Some energy and sensation moving around the chest and shoulders, your neck. That's a good one to do at any time during the day, especially if we sit a lot, because when we sit, we just tend to hunch forward. So that spinal flex movement, one helps to loosen up the upper back, and then holding it at the end is just giving you some time in the other direction because you spend enough time this way. We got to balance that out as much as we can. All right, let's do some lateral postures. So still sitting at the edge of your chair, now I'd like you to take your feet and knees a little bit wider apart. So about shoulder width or just a little bit wider than your shoulders. And the heel is still stacking underneath the knee so that you can lean from side to side, hopefully without falling over. All right. So go ahead and take your left elbow down onto your left thigh. Just kind of lean over a little bit. Your right hand can stay on the thigh for a moment. Feel extension in the spine as you inhale, and with your exhale, roll the right shoulder back, looking up. Good. Now keep the body in the same position it's in right now, the right shoulder rolling back, and then lift the right arm up and overhead, extending to the left. Now, as you reach through that right hand, feel your right hip ground back down to the chair so you feel big length along the right side of your body. And of course, we breathe here. Good. All right. Go ahead and come all the way back up to a tall spine. Don't worry, we're going to spend more time there in just a moment. We want to get nice and situated on the other side now. So go ahead and bring your right elbow down onto your right thigh. Good. Left hand can stay on the thigh for a moment. Go ahead and roll the left shoulder back, kind of opening the chest, left shoulder working back behind you and looking up. Getting that nice rotation in the spine. And when you're ready, lift the left arm up and over to the right. Reach. Good. Now, again, as you reach through the fingertips, feel the hip, the left hip this time, ground back down to the chair. So you're anchoring with the hip, the fingers are reaching, big length on the left side, more space in the lungs, especially on this left side, it's where the heart is. So the lungs actually a little bit smaller, so giving a bit more space for both the heart and that left lung. Little anatomy lesson. Let's do 2 more breaths here. And then go ahead and come all the way back up. Good. So many of you have done this next one before. Basically, we're just going to work with the breath, moving from side to side from one lateral posture to the other. So go ahead and start. We'll take the left elbow down onto the thigh and reach the right arm up and over. Take a deep breath in, extend through the hand, and then exhale, come back up, arms out to the side. And then inhale, take the right arm down with the left arm up and over. Exhale, come back up, nice tall spine. And then go ahead and reach. Inhale. And then inhale is helping you to extend. Good. Come back up, arms out. And then the other side. Exhale back. Inhale, reach. And just keep moving from side to side as best you can. It's kind of trying to think of an analogy to this movement. I was going to say a windmill, but a windmill doesn't move back and forth. It just keeps going in one rotation. But the arms are kind of going in that circular motion for a bit. I guess it's kind of like a seesaw. There we go. We found it. Seesaw from side to side. Good. Getting some more mobility in the shoulders here, but really helping to get more extension through the lateral sides of the body. And this kind of continuous movement from side to side can be soothing to the central nervous system. And by soothing, I mean it helps to bring you out of that fight or flight response, helps to ground you in your parasympathetic nervous system. Okay, let's do one more time on each side. And then come back up to a tall spine. Relax your arms down for a moment. Good. We're going to do a bit more work with the lateral postures we were just doing, but to give us a break, I'm just going to have us come into a forward fold. So your hands can rest on the thighs if you'd like to. And with an exhale, just fold between the legs. And release the neck while you're here. Why not? We'll do some neck work over here. Just hang forward. And then give the head a shake no and a nod yes. Maybe a maybe in there somewhere, kind of a nodding rotation. Just kind of move the neck around a bit, helping to coax any tension in the neck and shoulders out and onto the floor. Breathe. Just a couple more movements. And then bring the head to center. Stay folding forward and open your eyes if you haven't done already, and just wait for the movement to stop. And then when you feel like you're good, go ahead and sit tall. And just stay steady for a moment, especially if you're experiencing any like wooziness, any dizziness. Just take a couple of breaths to let your equilibrium reestablish. Good. All right. I love that one, even though it kind of can make me dizzy for a little bit. But when I come out of it and everything's said and done, I just can feel the tension having been released in my neck and in my shoulders. So put that one in your pocket for later. All right, I promised you a little bit more lateral work. That means working with the sides of the body. So go ahead and lift your arms up. Just relax the shoulders for a moment. Now we're going to be working with the core a bit more here as well. So we'll be moving from side to side, but instead of bringing the elbow down, we're just going to keep the back engaged the entire time. So arms up, shoulders relaxed. Take a deep breath in and out. Good. And then go ahead and tilt to the left, but feel your right hip ground. And then come back up, and then tilt to the left. And come back up. You guessed it, we're going to keep going from side to side. You're not tilting directly to the side itself. You're kind of extending out over that leg. Good. Extend and back. Extend and back. We're just going to do a couple of more, all right? It's helping to strengthen the back. Good. One more time on each side. To the left, to the right. And then to bring the back into balance, go ahead and keep the arms overhead. Fold halfway forward. And then come all the way back up and release the arms on down. Nice, strong back, nice, strong spine. All right, we're going to bring the knees back together for now. Again, our first stance, the knees are hip width apart, heels stacking underneath. Good. Your arms can relax by your side for this one. Some people like to hold on to the seat of the chair for this one. Hold on to your seats. It's a lot of suspenseful talk happening. We're going to work with the core a bit more, and we're going to do some knee lifts. And what happens when we start to lift the knees is that our lower back starts to tuck under and round. I want you to try to keep the spine tall, keep the heart lifting. It's okay if you lean back a little bit, but the spine itself stays pretty straight, okay? So go ahead and lift your right knee off the ground. And then place it down, but just graze the floor and then pick it back up again. And then place it down, barely graze the floor, pick it back up again. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You'll feel this in your hip a little bit as well, especially if the hips are tight. Good. One more time. Bring it up. Now keep the knee tucking in toward your chest as much as possible. Sit up as tall as you can. You can keep holding onto the chair if you want to. If you want to make this a bit more difficult, you can just lift the arms overhead. And this gets the front abdomen engaged, especially on that right side. Good. Keep tightening it up. Knee to chest. Deep breath in. And then carefully place the foot back down, arms coming down if they were overhead. Good. Let's do the other side, okay? Go ahead and lift the left knee up. And then place it down, barely grazing the floor. This creates control. Back up and down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Check in with your lower back. See if you're starting to hunch a bit. And then try to sit up as tall as you can as you lift and lower. Lift and lower. Again, you can lean back if you need to. That's fine. But keep the spine pretty straight. Let's do a couple more. Again, just barely grazing the floor, and then bring the knee up into your chest as tightly as you can. Again, there's an option to keep holding onto the chair, relax the arms. If you want to make it a bit more difficult, arms overhead, sit up tall, and then again, knee to chest, and breathe. One side might feel harder than the other. Make sure you're not clenching your jaw here. Good, one more breath. And then relax the leg, relax the arms. Let's just fold over the legs for a moment. When we do asymmetrical postures, it's good to do a regular symmetrical posture afterwards. Good, go ahead and come back up. tall spine. Good. One type of posture we haven't done today, which is not usually the case, is a twist. So let's go ahead and do a twist. So take your right arm across the body to the outside of your left thigh. Your your left hand is going to come onto the chair behind you, either the chair back or the chair cushion. And you're going to sit up tall. Inhale. With your exhale, roll your left shoulder back, roll your right shoulder forward, and look behind you. And we're going to stay in the pose, sit up tall again, and continue to work that left shoulder back as much as you can. Deep breaths here, working that left shoulder back. And we're going to do a neck stretch here. So you're going to keep your entire body from the neck down in the posture, especially working that left shoulder back. But as you work the left shoulder back, turn your chin to look forward and over your right shoulder. So the left shoulder works back, the chin turns and looks over the right shoulder, and you get this stretch in the neck. Keep breathing. Good. Now, before we come out, turn your head to look behind you, and then inhale the whole body at the same time, coming back to center. Good. Now we get to feel that on the other side. So left hand comes across the outside of your right thigh. Your right hand can either come onto the chair cushion or it can come onto the back of the chair. Either way, sit up tall, inhale. Exhale, roll the right shoulder back, look behind you for now. Really establishing the pose. Sitting tall, working the right shoulder back, twist. Breathe. Good. Now we're going to come into that neck stretch. So keep everything from the neck down in the same position it's in now, especially working that right shoulder back. And then turn your chin over your left shoulder. Right shoulder working back, chin looking forward and over the left shoulder. Breathe. Okay, so to come out, look behind you. And then the whole body at the same time unwinds, rotating open. Good, almost there. With your hands on your thighs, go ahead and roll the shoulders back, spinal flex, looking up, inhale. And then exhale, fold over the thighs and down, coming into the seated forward fold. Relax the neck here. We'll stay for about 2 breaths or so. Good, all right. When you're ready, please come back up to a tall seat. All right. We're going to spend the last few minutes we have together in a meditation, kind of being with what we've experienced. So make yourself comfortable. You can slide to the back of your chair if you'd like to. Once you're there, you can either lean against the back of the chair or you can sit up tall, whichever feels like it's going to be sustainable for the next 4 to 5 minutes or so. Make yourself ready. And feel your eyes close, shoulders relaxed. And become aware of your body, your entire body, from head to toes. We've just spent, the last 25 minutes or so working in this body. We've stretched, we've strengthened, we've rotated, elongated, compressed. What sensation is here now that's new, it's different from when we first noticed the body? Maybe it feels like there's some relief in your neck or shoulders. Maybe your core feels stronger or more engaged. Maybe the back feels relieved. Maybe you feel like you can just breathe easier. Those laterals from side to side, just creating more space for the breath to move in the body. How does it feel to be in this body? Not just because we've worked the body out doesn't mean that tension is completely gone. There might still be some there, and that's completely fine for this moment at least. And then just kind of expanding a bit beyond the physical sensations of the body, come back to the breath. You might start noticing that by the expansion and contraction of the body as you breathe. And again, you might notice the sensation in the nostrils or at the throat, but just notice the breath. Again, this breath awareness brings us to the present moment. It grounds us here and now. And there are many traditions in the world that teach that happiness, joy, contentment can only be experienced in the present moment. It can't be experienced in the past. It can't be experienced in the future, just right now. So, by being aware of the breath, you open yourself up to the capacity to truly experience joy. And while there's many things going on in our lives, there's plenty going on in the world, is there something right now that you do have joy for, that you do feel happy about or content around? Maybe bring that to mind for a moment. It can be something simple. It can be really simple. It does not have to be complicated. Something you have joy about. And just allow yourself to be with that joy here in this present moment, the only moment that we have. Choose joy. Choose joy. And keeping that joy central to your being, go ahead and take a deeper, fuller breath. Bring your palms together in front of you and start to rub them together, creating heat between the palms, stimulating them. And then take the heated palms over your eyes and brush back over the top of your head, down the neck, bringing yourself back to your space. Thank you so much for being here. Happy New Year again. I'm so glad to be with you, and I hope you have a great weekend. Until next time, take care.